Yes, I do live in Arizona.
Wow, you're like the third storytime animator who lives in Arizona.
Congratulations.
You can count.
Today, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Arizona. Some of the points that I make will be the same as these videos because, well, yeah. Let's start with the cons because complaining about stuff is fun. Arizona is hot. Like, seriously, the hottest it was last summer was like 118 degrees. Sometimes I'll be talking to people and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's so hot here right now. It's 85 degrees. And I just burst out laughing. You think that's hot? Come down here in Arizona and I'll show you hot. You've never experienced heat until you try to do anything outside in the Arizona summer. When I walk home from the bus stop, I have about a 4-minute walk, and by the time I get home, I feel like I'm just a puddle on the ground, and the AC in my house feels like... One time, I was hanging out with a friend at a park during the summer. I was drawing a few characters for him, and we were out there for about an hour. He was playing basketball, and I was just watching him while drawing his characters. I refused to play because sports are garbage. Fight me. Anyway, I believe it was about 115 degrees out that day, and I just felt like I was in the cooking pot of Satan himself. But I was too shy to ask if we could end early and go home, so I just waited it out. After it was over, I went home. The next day, I got heat exhaustion. That is not the only time I've gotten heat exhaustion, though. But I'm gonna save that story for another video. Arizona is also pretty boring. There's not really much here, except for like the Grand Canyon.
Foreshadowing.
Arizona is just like dirt, more dirt, water park, tumbleweed, more dirt, another water park, and surprise, more dirt. I'm not joking. The only things here are dirt and water parks. Like way too many water parks. There are so many spun slashes everywhere. I mean, yeah, they're fun, but nobody needs 18 spun slashes every 3 feet. Another one of Arizona's cons is all the little critters. Little things like rattlesnakes and scorpions. I've almost died to both of those things, but I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger and save those for another time as well. I'll tell you about 2 different times I've seen both of those. One time, there was a rattlesnake at the end of our road, and the whole neighborhood worked together to try and catch it. And it wasn't any small one either. This one was about 3 feet long. We eventually put it in a bucket, and I don't know what they did with it. Another time, when I was about 7 or 8, I was getting ready for bed when I looked up at the light bulb, and with the fan that I had at the time, the light bulb was inside of this small little semi-opaque bowl, so I could see the light through it, but it was still pretty cloudy. I looked up at it, and I noticed the silhouette of a scorpion on the bowl. Scorpions have always been one of my biggest fears. Still are. Ah, get away from me! Sorry, back to the story. I panicked and ran downstairs to get my parents to take care of it. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but bugs like scorpions and tarantulas can't climb glass. So in this instance, the scorpion couldn't have gotten out of the fan if it tried. When I propped my parents back up, though, the silhouette was gone. My dad was like, oh, there's nothing in there. I saw it. I swear I did. But they just shrugged and went back downstairs. I went back to getting ready for bed, and the silhouette appeared again. I brought my parents back up this time, and the silhouette was there when we finally came up. So my dad got rid of it, and ever since then, he has been spraying the entire house with bug spray every month. Okay, I'm done complaining. Now let's talk about the great parts of Arizona, and trust me, these really do make up for the cons. We have the most beautiful sunsets on planet frickin' Earth. Every night, we get these gorgeous pink and purple sunsets. Just the other day, I saw one where the sky was a gradient of yellow, purple, pink, and orange. You just can't describe them. Google Arizona sunsets. You will not regret it. But if you're too lazy to Google it like I am, here's some of them. And here's a few that I and my friends took. Aren't they just amazing? Another great part of Arizona, we never have bad weather here. Other than the heat, but that's only during the summer, which is like 2 months of the year. We don't get hurricanes or tornadoes or earthquakes or hail or anything crazy like that. I learned that in my science class. During monsoon season, we have some pretty crazy winds and rain, but that's about it. In some other places, during the winter, people have to deal with like shoveling tons of snow off of their car. But here we just kind of put on a long sleeve shirt and we're good. Oh, and also we have the Grand Frickin' Canyon, literally one of the 7 wonders of the world. The Grand Canyon is beautiful. I've been twice and I wish I could go again. If you haven't been to the Grand Canyon, you haven't lived. It's just amazing. Here's a picture I took the last time I went. Isn't it just beautiful? It's 4,000 feet deep and 227 miles across. I totally didn't Google that. But seriously, how could you not want to come here? Overall, I really love living in Arizona. The pros definitely outweigh the cons, and I would not rather live in snow. Like, seriously, 70 degrees is cold to me. I would just shrivel up and wither away. I would probably live almost all my life here, unless I melt because of the heat before I make it to adulthood. See you guys later. Literally one of the 7 wonders of the world. Oh, hi, Haley. Hi. What you doing? Scorpions have always been one of my biggest fears. Still are. Get away from me.
Hey guys, sorry this video took so long. It's been a little while. I've been busy, finals and stuff, and break happened, so I finished this up during break. Changed how I do lip syncing because the old way, I changed how I do lip syncing like halfway through this video because the old way I used to do it just took forever, and so this is what I'm gonna do for now, just because I want to get videos out more often, so yeah. And thank you guys so much for the fan art. It makes me so happy every time I look at it. They're just so cute, and you guys are so good at art. I think that's about it. If you want to send fan art, there's an email in the About section of the channel, and